All right. Welcome back to the Body by Vlad show. My name is John Robert Quinn, and I am the guy who builds talk shows coast to coast. And, of course, our star, Mr. Vlad Teleluyев. Episode 3, Part 3, and we are talking about exercise and what it takes in order to get results. So, what I really want to dig into now is HIIT training. Talk to me about what is HIIT training. High intensity...
Interval training.
High interval training?
High intensity interval training. So
all right, explain this to me.
Pretty much high intensity means that you're going at a high intensity pace.
Okay.
Interval training means that you're going from, like for example, you might go from a high intensity exercise to a medium to a low to back to a high. Mm-hmm. And so that way your heart rate's not staying the same throughout the whole exercise program. Let's say you're doing cardio on elliptical for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. It's really hard to get your heart rate. I mean, you can. There's ways to do it, but most people just get on elliptical and go for 30 minutes. Mm-hmm. But it's like a marathon runner. Mm-hmm. Or you have a sprinter. Two different types, right? So your body responds a lot better. It's like a cheetah. It goes fast and then it rests. Mm-hmm. You go fast and it rests. But if you just run for a long time, that starts eating away at your muscle. So what the high intensity interval, so if you take a marathon runner and a sprinter, you'd be like, there's a huge difference in how they look.
Correct.
And the marathon runner is going to look like really skinny and almost anorexic because he's running for so long. Then the body, after it's used all the carbs, it starts using the muscle through a process called gluconeogenesis, and starts breaking down muscle tissue, the amino acids, and then using that. Mm-hmm. And so what my approach is saying, hey, let's not train for a long time, but let's keep it short and simple. High intensity interval training, boost your metabolic rate, your cardiorespiratory systems, drop your body fat. That's why body fat just starts melting away, because there's such intense exercise. Like we can go from a plank to a squat to a push-up within seconds.
Okay, so let me ask you, for my body type, I don't want to lose weight, but what I would like is more energy and maybe lose a little bit of the whole belly kind of thing. But I don't want to get skinny. What would you recommend for me?
If you don't want, I mean, your body type, it would be hard for you to like really get skinny, if that makes sense, because you're more of like a mesomorph.
As soon as I start touring again, and you see me with the equipment and everything, I'm going to lose like 40 pounds, and I'm going to be skinny again. I mean, I was skinny a few years ago when I was out touring again, when I met Natalia, in fact. I was like 45, 50 pounds lighter and literally skinny because my eating changed. I was I was playing shows every night. I was loading equipment. I was doing all the different things. And we're not sitting here on a microphone. So my body type goes from like this, like husky, to like this little 160, 170 pounds. And then as soon as I let back, I'm back to husky again. It's really weird.
Yeah. So for you, what I'd recommend is prescribing you a workout program where 6 to 10 reps and go heavy, where you're not going to be doing a muscular endurance, but you're going to be doing hypertrophy training and expanding your muscle fiber and growing muscle. But at the same time, we want to just cut up your waist. So we'd focus on just building out your chest, your shoulders, your back with the muscle exercises. Not necessarily,
that gets me excited just thinking about it.
Not necessarily body weight, because it's not really going to do much for you. We don't care for body weight.
Correct.
We want to go heavy in the gym, but then we want to just focus on strengthening the core and the low back, so it's more of like a V taper.
Correct.
Training the arms with weights. We're not going to do this like, I would never do high intensity interval with you where it's like body weight jump squats and no, you don't need that. You need to train with weights. But at the same time, we go like chest and back supersets, drop sets, and all kinds of different variations to where we're going to pretty much be good for 30 minutes, and that's all you need. But then you won't really need to do much cardio unless you want to do like running stuff. But it would be, just mostly weight training and just adjusting your diet. And it's as simple as that. For me personally, I've been working out 3 times a week with strength training, and then 2-3 times a week abs and cardio. And
every time you bump the mic, you're like, oh!
Yeah. And so, yeah, I mean, and that's how easy it is, even whether you're male or female, we can provide you with a program to just, okay, you need to do this, this, and this. This is your steps. It's not like a guessing system.
I want to get started on that.
You're getting excited.
I'm getting like totally excited. Yeah, because that's actually what that's the body. When you mentioned it, that's the body type I've always wanted to have that I've never been able to have. Because I've tried it on my own, And it didn't work because I didn't have the guidance. I didn't have the. And then when I went and I hired my trainer, I mean, he had me doing jump squats and stuff and stretches for 40 minutes, and I'm dead serious.
Really?
Yeah, it was crazy, dude. It's just, I'm like, come on. He had me run around this 8 blocks like 6 times.
Yeah.
My feet can't handle that, dude.
No.
I'd end up having to walk 3/4 of it.
Yeah.
A couple of days, I just remember I was like walking, and like I had to stop for like 20 minutes. My feet hurt so bad, I felt like I needed to cut them off. Like I couldn't even. It just stung so bad I couldn't put any weight on my feet. And that's after just jogging around this block here.
Yep.
So I've got feet issues. He was telling me roll on a golf ball. That's not working, dude. It wasn't working. It was making the problem worse.
Because our feet, there's not much muscle over here.
Mm-hmm.
So trying to explain to a client, I was like, if there's a problem here, it's not here. It's actually in your calf and your hamstrings and your glutes. She's like, what do you mean? I said, you can't address something that hurts here.
Correct. You have to work your way up. My dad was a massage therapist, so if you're having wrist and arm problems, a lot of times it's up in your shoulder.
Yeah, and then it goes in your back and all the way down. You know, so it's all like a kinetic chain. And rolling a lacrosse ball in your foot, you're actually rolling on the tendon, not the muscle.
It wasn't actually solving anything. It was creating bigger problems.
Yeah, and so you got to be extra careful with that.
Yeah, well, he's gone, so it's good. Talk to me about strength and conditioning. What is this kind of what you're talking about with me?
Strength and conditioning would be more related with you because for my female clients, my goal is not to build up their, arms, back, and chest and everything. We want to keep it as feminine as possible, unless they're doing bodybuilding shows and things like that. But I've never had a person say, "Hey, I want." We have
that one chick in the building. I showed you her, and you were like, "Oh, she's too big." But I mean, she's a bodybuilder. That's what she wants.
Yeah. Absolutely. My clientele, they're just like, look, I want to get in shape. I want to have a nice toned abs, strong core. I might have some low back issues. I want to tone up my legs, and it's a lot different. And that's, I mean, if they're going to be in a dress, I mean, for me, and most of my clients, they want to look
they don't want to look like a dude.
Yeah.
We don't want them to look like a dude in a dress.
Yeah, I don't want to grab them and be like, oh my God.
It's like, you look at him, you expected him to have like this really low voice,
Yeah, like,
and then they're like, and they're all, "Hi, how are you?" And you're like, "That's a dude." Wait, hold on. I've seen that though. There's a couple of them out there. You're like,
yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. Strength and conditioning. We're definitely going to build up their strength, but it'll be different. It'll be like planks and different type of strength. Whereas body weight strength, where we're like, okay, as long as you're able to perform exercise body weight, doing dips, pull-ups, body weight, cool. We don't want to focus too much on the strength and build them up muscle-wise. Like we don't want them to have a big back, because then their dress is not going to fit right, and their shirts and things like that. So strength and conditioning would be, building up the strength, but like I said again, it's different categories. So
correct.
Building up the strength and conditioning.
Different bodies, different body types. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love your approach. I really do. I love your approach, and we are going to talk about that. Let's get this Juice Plus thing dialed in. Once we get this thing dialed in, I think the next phase would be to start to bulk me up a little bit, make me even more scary to people. I know, right? That's all I need.
Rocking out that guitar.
I know, right? Just look like I'm just gonna right over my knee. Well, yeah. All right, so folks, again, I say it every single week. I say it every single segment. If you have been getting, not getting the results that you want, getting fed up, getting stressed out over your results, you've been to gyms, they put you on funny diets, they've got you doing things that you're just not seeing. Again, you're not seeing the results. Give Vlad Telaluyev a call. Very simple. 916-764-2559. Again, 916-764-2559. Or visit bbvfitness.com. Again, bbvfitness.com. We're going to go to a break. We're going to come back and wrap up. We'll be right back.